I'm Christine Sear-Clisette.
I'm Kyra Blackwell.
I'm Rosie Guerin, and you're listening to The Wirecutter Show. Hey guys, it's Rosie. Today, we're re-airing a favorite recent episode of ours. It's a roundup of our colleagues at Wirecutter talking about items they tried, tested, reported on, and loved this year. It's a really special one, and I always get the warm and fuzzies hearing from all our friends and colleagues. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have happy holidays. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Are you working on my holiday gifts?
What?
Where are you at with that?
With your gift specifically?
Definitely.
I mean, we'll start with me and then we can. It's getting to be that time, and we're talking about gifting.
I think I love and hate this topic. I love this time of year. I feel so much pressure to get all the gifts. All the kid gifts, all the friend gifts, all the spousal gifts. Yeah, it's a lot.
It is extra hard, too, when you're a Wirecutter employee because people really do expect you to get it right every single time.
The bar is high.
The bar is very high.
I'm convinced that giving gifts, like good, thoughtful, and meaningful gifts, does get harder every year. Because I think even if you are inspired throughout the year and jot things down, by the end, there are always like 4 or 5 people you're like, shoot. What about them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also hard because everybody kind of already buys exactly what they want when they want it. You can get it delivered to your door within 2 days, sometimes within a few hours even. Yeah. So it's hard to get people something that they haven't already gotten themselves.
That's true. To help make gift giving a little easier this year and hopefully a little bit more fun, we're kicking it off with wall-to-wall dispatches from the Wirecutter staff about the items they discovered this year that they truly loved. These are things they came across throughout their reporting over the last 12 months, or things they tested themselves and loved, items in their shopping carts or on wish lists to give to their loved ones.
I am super pumped to hear what these folks are going to recommend because in the past, when I've gotten recommendations from our staff, they are always really unique. They're very interesting, and they're also really well tested.
All right, let's get into it. After the break, we'll hear from Wirecutter staff about the items they've loved in 2025. Be right back. Welcome back. Today, we're sharing items that made it to the top of Wirecutter staffers' lists this year. And don't worry, we will provide links to all the items mentioned in our show notes. Okay, let's get into it. Let's listen.
Hello, I'm Anne-Marie Conti. I'm a deputy editor at Wirecutter, and I'm here to tell you that I love the Yummy Taper candles. It's a top pick in our guide to taper candles, and I am not really a candle person. I don't love the idea of fire and wax inside my house, but my 11-year-old is a fire person. She loves candles. She loves birthday candles. She loves the smell of blown out candles. She loves the atmosphere of candles on a table. And so I bought our pick because they're relatively inexpensive. They burn well. They burn cleanly. And we have been using them for almost every meal that we eat together. And it's lovely. It's a lovely way to upgrade the everyday. And so you can totally eat Cheerios by candlelight. And frankly, you should.
My name is Jackie Reeve, and I'm a senior staff writer covering bedding for the home decor team. The best thing about this year was actually a quilt that I've tested and recommended for a few years. The company store's company cotton voile quilt, if you're feeling fancy in French, or voile quilt, some people say. I have a lot of blankets on my test shelves, but if I particularly love something in testing, I will buy it so I can keep it forever. And that's what happened with this quilt. I just kept gravitating towards it during testing over the last few years, and I saw a color I liked on clearance at a great price. So I bought a twin size to use as a throw. And this one became particularly wonderful this year because I had to have surgery. And when I got home, it was my go-to comfort blanket for recovery. You know, my other blankets, some of them were too heavy or too clingy or not the right texture or temperature. And it was perfect. It was lightweight, super easy to wash, that twin size. I wash it many times, even really hot. And it did the job and made me feel so much better physically, but I don't know, maybe also mentally, spiritually, emotionally. There is something about a quilt that just makes me feel well taken care of, like it's all going to be okay. And I really needed that this year, and this quilt came through.
Hello, I'm James. I'm the staff writer covering games and hobbies for Wirecutter. So this year I happened to get married, which was a great time, obviously. But when I was looking for gifts for my groomsmen, I ended up getting very special gemstone dice from a place called Norse Foundry, but you can get them in a lot of places. Essentially, they're normal array of dice, so D20 through D4, that are made of precious stones. Like for my groomsmen, I got lapis lazuli, bloodstone, blue vein stone, malachite, jade, all sorts of stuff. They're gorgeous, number one. And number two, they feel good in your hand when you're rolling them, and they make a fairly satisfying clacking noise, although you shouldn't clack them together too much because they are precious stones and they will break. But it was lovely. They all appreciated it. It's my favorite gift I've given this year. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Amy Kravitz, and I'm an editor on the baby and kid team at Wirecutter. I bought our 5-year-old a Swatch Flick Flack watch, and she's loved wearing it throughout the year. We recommend it in our gift guide to 7-year-olds. It's a simple analog watch, nothing smart about it except for the fact that it's helping to teach my daughter how to tell time. She doesn't wear it every day. It's an accessory she asks to wear for a special event or if someone is visiting and she wants to show off a bit. I think it's a nice accessory that's not too expensive, but just special enough that she knows to treat it with care. The watch is very similar to the Swatch I had as a kid, and I also love the nostalgia factor, even if that part's just for me. Thanks.
I'm Trey French, and I'm a staff writer covering outdoor gear. I like this Sawyer Squeeze water filter. I've kind of designed my life around hiking. I do it several days a week, and I like to bring this water filter because it's small and lightweight, and it's really a no-brainer just to throw in my pack in case I run out of water and need to filter water from natural sources along the way, or just so that I can bring less water, which is pretty heavy to begin with.
Hi, I'm Brent Butterworth, staff writer covering audio products for Wirecutter. I've been getting all my radio off the internet using smart speakers, but they go through services like TuneIn and iHeartRadio, which insert a lot of repetitive advertising even on public radio stations. So I bought a Sanjin WR15, which is our top pick in tabletop radios. It sounds really great, and there's an old school manual tuning knob on the front that lets me flick between my local stations as fast as I could probably give a voice command to a smart speaker. I keep the radio within arm's length of my desk chair, so it's always with me all through my workday. Now, there are times when I still want to listen to internet radio, and I can get that off my phone. The WR15 doesn't have Bluetooth, but it does have an auxiliary input on the back, so I connected a Bluetooth receiver that lets me play the sound from my phone through the WR15. It's a perfect blend of vintage and modern tech, and for a day-to-day audio listening system, it's just fantastic.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hunter, Wirecutter's senior style editor. One of my absolute favorite style finds this year was the TWP Next Morning shirt. I am a button-up shirt connoisseur. I wear one almost every single day, and I'm extremely picky about them. And this shirt does all the details right. There are these ingenious buttons down the sleeve, so when you roll and cuff your sleeve just right, you can button it in place, and it doesn't come undone throughout the day, like other shirts I wear. It also has this really nice cut. It's shorter in front, and it's perfectly slouchy. And the fabric is gorgeous, too. It's this really lovely, smooth, crisp cotton. It just feels so expensive. And it better. This shirt is a splurge. It's almost $400, and I know that's painful. But if you're buying for somebody like me who likes to get one beautiful, splurgy thing and then wear it forever, this is a great contender. Happy hunting, everybody.
Hey, this is John Chase. I am the smart home editor at Wirecutter. A gift I would recommend for kids around 10, 15 years old, and don't get upset when I say this, is an Amazon Echo Dot. I was reluctant to put one in my son's bedroom, but it was better than him having a device for when he wants to listen to music, if he wants to listen to the radio. It gives him a little autonomy and allows him to experience music that he wants to hear and to explore music. And it also lets me set alarm clock alarms, be a little creative. Sometimes I can use it to drop in like an intercom system. So yeah, it was something I thought a lot about and gave it to him, and he's loved it, and it's been great for us.
Hi, this is Rachel Saracola, senior writer with Wirecutter. The gift I'm looking forward to giving this year is the Bird Buddy, which combines a bird feeder, a video camera, and a smartphone app. I've filled a lot of bird feeders over the years, but I always seem to miss all the bird action, which just leaves me with a bunch of seed hulls and a whole lot of bird poop. The Bird Buddy will alert your phone when birds come to feast and capture videos and images that are bursting with color and detail. The app also provides information about the type of visitor and trivia bits about the species. It even has a whole community of birders, so you can share visits or get a peek at other feeders all around the world. It's like having your own private nature channel. Just make sure to get the one with the solar panel so you never have to worry about charging the camera. It really is a great gift for bird watchers of all ages and anyone just looking for a fun new hobby.
Hi, I'm Catherine Cast, a senior editor at Wirecutter, and the thing I've bought this year that has sparked the most joy for me is this $15 OXO bench scraper. It was recommended by my colleague, kitchen writer Maki Yazawa, who has used it since going to culinary school almost a decade ago and has cooked in restaurant kitchens. It's one of those things that you don't really know that you need until you try it. It's awesome at getting every single chopped veggie from your cutting board into your pot without making a mess or losing any little pieces of red pepper. It's also weirdly helped me scrape up baby food off of my countertop at mealtimes, which gets super messy. The great thing about it is that it's under $20, so it means that you can also buy just a bunch of them for gifts, which is what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to give one to my father-in-law who does all the cooking over the holidays. I think he's going to love it.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more gifting recommendations from our colleagues at Wirecutter. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's jump right back into more recommendations from our colleagues at Wirecutter. Take a listen.
Hi, my name is Tom Dunn. I'm a senior staff writer here at Wirecutter, and I live in Boston. The best pick I bought this year was easily the Kosori air fryer toaster oven. We'd had our old toaster oven for probably 15 years or so, and it was probably dangerously on the fritz for a while. And then our main oven died, and long story short, it was going to cost us several $1,000s to replace. At which point we realized that we may as well just update the entire kitchen. But that's not the kind of thing you can do overnight. So in the meantime, we bought the Kosori air fryer while we figured out our plans. And it became the primary cooking source in our home for the next 6 months. It did more things than our old oven ever did. And frankly, it did them all a lot better. It cooked more evenly. It toasted more evenly. It broiled better. It's just amazing. In fact, it was so helpful and convenient that we just kind of got used to it and kept putting off our proper renovation plans because they just didn't seem so urgent. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Ellen Lee, and I'm a senior staff writer on the baby and kid team. And the thing that was most fun for me to test this year, and which I now plan to gift, was the Oh My Hair Chalk. My daughters have long, luscious black hair, and this stuff shows up. It has clamps, so it's easy to apply, but it's also very easy to wash out. And if you are inspired by the K-pop Demon Hunters, it adds a lot of color into your hair.
Hey, this is Liam. I write about home improvement for Wirecutter. The most surprisingly useful thing I bought and tested this year was this inflatable air wedge that I'd seen on TikTok that makes it really easy to prop up furniture or appliances a few inches. I've used it to get a duster underneath my fridge. Last night, I used it to help roll a rug out underneath the legs of my couch. It was about $18. It's not the kind of thing I use every day or even every week, but just having the thing makes me a little more likely to follow through on certain projects that would be uncomfortable or frustrating enough that I'd probably try to avoid them otherwise. The thing looks sort of like a blood pressure cuff. You just slide this flat, deflated bag under whatever you need to lift, squeeze a bulb, and it gradually fills up with air, and then your heavy thing just floats there while you do whatever you need to do. I keep the thing in a drawer, doesn't take up much space, no indication that it'll wear out anytime soon. When I need it, I'm really happy that I have it, and it's even sort of fun to use.
This is Nicola. I'm a senior style writer. I was given a tube of Prada lip balm. It's $50, which is an insane amount of money for lip balm, but it comes in this really cute metal tube that has the logo. I personally love the way that mine looks kind of beat up from like being in my purse and having little like dings and nicks in it. Kind of just makes me feel like it's mine. It shows the time we've spent together. That's kind of what makes it charming, is like it's a little bit extra for what it is, and that is what makes it so fun to pull out of your bag and live with. And I am looking forward to refilling mine. I think I'm going to get a color this time because I've had just the plain one. Also, I think you can get this at like Sephora and Nordstrom and stuff, but I say buy it from the Prada website or go into the Prada store, because then you get all the cute little packaging and it just makes it's instantly giftable. It just looks more special. I mean, you're spending $50. Get everything you can out of that $50.
Look, I love garlic. When it comes to adding it to dishes, I believe you measure that amount with your heart, not a teaspoon. Hi, I'm Caitlin Wells, and I cover the home office beat and productivity for Wirecutter in New York City. And I love to cook. Chopping garlic has always been my mini meditation practice in the kitchen. And when I need to chop a lot in a hurry, I turn to my trusty OXO garlic press. But last year I developed peripheral neuropathy, which causes muscle weakness and tremors, among other things. It's made completing basic tasks more difficult, including opening jars and chopping or crushing garlic. Squeezing the OXO is no longer an option for me. So I turned to the Otutu Garlic Crusher, which has become my favorite purchase this year. The Dracula-inspired kitchen gadget grinds garlic, seeds, and spices with a couple twists of the wrists. The back and forth motion is reminiscent of my chopping days, and I don't feel any pain while using it. This is definitely a kitchen gadget to grab if you want to add a little whimsy to your space, or just need something simple and effective to use.
Hello, this is Mel Plout. I am pets writer at Wirecutter. This year, the thing that I bought that I found on Wirecutter that wasn't a pet product and that made a huge difference in my life is buried deep inside the guide to pocket knives. And it's actually not a pocket knife at all, but it is a knife sharpener. And it's called the Spyderco Triangle Sharp Maker. And it's this really cool thing where it's like this little plastic base that you open up and you take out these sharpening stones and you set them in their grooves, and there's a little protective poles that you put on. I have been able to sharpen every single knife in my house, and it's incredible. So not only can I open all the packages with all the products that arrive in my doorstep with a very, very sharp knife, but I can also slice tomatoes as if they had no skin at all. Everything's different now when you're not fighting with a tomato in your kitchen knife. Anyway, that's it. Sharpen your knives. Use a Spyderco. It's pretty awesome.
Hi, it's Kathleen Squires, staff writer for all things kitchen at Wirecutter in New York City. My favorite gift idea during my research and testing this year is a truly wireless meat thermometer. I gifted our pick, the Thermo Pro Temp Spike Plus, to myself this year. It's taken so much of the stress and guesswork out of my grilling game. The Temp Spike Plus allows you to monitor your meat remotely from your phone or tablet, so you don't have to hover over your barbecue or oven while cooking. And I love that it's accurate, easy to use, and works at up to 600 feet. You can just stick a probe into your meat, and walk away to watch your cooking progress in real time. It is so convenient to keep tabs on my meat while I multitask or just simply take a breather. The best part is, I'll never, ever have to fret about under or overcooked meat again. Happy holidays, everyone!
Thank you so much to our colleagues at Wirecutter for sharing their favorite items with us. And don't fret, we will include links to all of the items in our show notes so you can easily find and click. The Wirecutter Show is executive produced by me, Rosie Guerin, and produced by Abigail Keel. Engineering support from Maddie Mazziello and Nick Pittman. Today's episode was mixed by Catherine Anderson. Original music by Dan Powell, Marian Lozano, Alicia Etup, Rowan Nemisto, Catherine Anderson, and Diane Wong. Cliff Levy is Wirecutter's deputy publisher and general manager. Ben Fruman is Wirecutter's editor-in-chief.
I'm Kyra Blackwell.
I'm Christine Cyr-Clisette.
And I'm Rosie Guerin. Thank you for listening.